Hello everybody, it's Chris, and so today we're going to be doing something different, as you can clearly see from my webcam. We are going to be reading some successful dating app stories, 9 of them specifically. Ignore all the ads on the other side because, yeah, that's some weird adding right there, especially the cockroach one. But anyways, a lot of us are actually always looking for dates, hookups, anything on social media apps, on dating apps, and that seems like to be the best place to go, or it's advertised. However, me going there a lot, I've seen the same type of guy over and over again, so I don't really recommend it. However, there are some rare successful stories, evolving love. So we're gonna get into these 9 stories, and we're gonna see what it is. So let's go into it. I wish there was animation into this again, but there isn't. So let's go. I first saw my now boyfriend on Tinder. Rugby kit, gorgeous, and dreadlocks. Yum. I contacted a mutual friend who sent him my Tinder profile picture, and he said he looked out for me, so we've never really officially matched, and my friend did nothing to set us up. Friends are hopeless sometimes. Fast forward to 2015, and I see this cute guy on Happen, with short hair wearing a suit. It wasn't until we matched and he messaged me that I realized it was the same guy. We now live together and have a crazy amount of weird connections and mutual friends. We had probably been at the same parties but never met. The moral of the story, apps make things happen, and as well meaning as friends are, sometimes you gotta make the connection yourself. That is something that does influence it, what your friends say. Now, do remember that your friends do have your best interests sometimes if they are sincerely your friends. But if you do think there is a connection, then make that connection. But either way, destiny gets them together in any way possible. Next story is Ashley Olsen, who's 29. I went on Tinder after an 8-year relationship ended. Okay, you shouldn't hop right away after 8 years unless you're 100% over them, okay? I hadn't really dated an adult and thought it was a great way to learn. Tinder required little effort, unlike websites that ask you to write a big profile and you chat for weeks before getting asked out. I had strict swiping rules. Tattoos, swipe left. Why would you do that? Selfies, swipe left. I don't know what to think about that. Shirtless selfies, swipe left as fast as possible. That indicates a fuckboy, so I understand that. I wanted to date people with a good sense of humor, so I looked for guys with the description or pictures that made me laugh. I came across a guy who was extremely cute, looked like he was a ton of fun, and seemed genuine. Little did I know I was swiping right on my future husband. He immediately asked me for a drink. Me, don't you want to get to know me a little before meeting in person? Interruptions. Location moved. Continuing on. I could be a homeless stripper. Him, Dear Diary, jackpot. Nice sense of humor. Made her laugh. Of course, she's gonna say yes. Had actually come from another Tinder date, I had actually come from another Tinder date, but we met at a bar and talked for hours. We dated for a year before we moved in together, got engaged shortly after, and have been married for 2 years. We both acknowledge that Tinder can be superficial. All you know is that you are attracted to the person, and it is a leap of fate that you will hit it off. That is 100% true. It is superficial. A lot of people are shallow and superficial, and if you're not 100% superficial or shallow, you do have standards or certain aspects of a person that you would like to get from them. Okay, so Matt Day is 30. So he says, I might have had close to 100 Tinder dates before I met my girlfriend. I had arranged 2 dates in one day and both were rubbish. So I decided to message her in case she was free. Third time lucky. She arrived drunk as a skunk, and the bar she picked up was so noisy I couldn't hear anything she said. She made a big thing about not sleeping with me at all, but begged me to come in when I walked her home. I didn't, by the way. It was essentially the date from hell, but there was something about her. I messaged the next day. Apparently, she told her friend she would never hear from me again. We had dinner the following week, and was it 2.5 years ago and counting. I love her more every day. Well, that is a story. I mean, like, honestly, a lot of people wouldn't even want to go back to a date like that. But if you feel something, maybe like, okay, a lot of people are probably going to say this is bullshit what I'm going to say, but if you feel like your connection, attracted to them, destined to them, something about them you just can't shake off, then you should probably do your intuition. Just make sure they aren't a bad person. That's all I'm saying. So, Laura Dene, my boyfriend was the first and only Bumble date, and I was his. We matched, chatted for about 10 days as I was out of town, and then had a first date at a gin bar in Soho. After a mammoth, rather spectacular drinking session, that's a good way of just saying it, we met up again and we've been inseparable ever since. God bless Bumble. There's been a lot of ads for Bumbles. I don't know how good Bumble is, but I know there's a lot of ads for it. Christina Edwards, 31. My pre-app dating experience wasn't great. It seemed like men were either super clingy or assholes, especially my mindset right now. That's my mindset. One evening, my flatmate and I joined Tinder after several glasses of rosé, or whatever the fuck you spell that or say that. My boyfriend was the first person I matched with. I panicked before our first date in case he was an axe murderer, but we met on South Bank and wandered from pub to pub before grabbing some unplanned dinner. We both knew pretty quick that this was something different, and before long we were sharing amazing holidays, tiny urban apartments, and lots of wine. We moved in together. He proposed a year later on a beach in Australia, and we got married last December. I'm seeing a lot of these stories have alcohol, so I'm not sure how to think about that. Meg. Me and my boyfriend met on Happen. I was in the Netherlands when I used the app and he was in Dutch, so I was nervous about the language barrier, but from texting I can tell his English was good. We decided to go to a gig, although I turned up an hour early and had to go home and come back again. Very awkward. Then I said I'd buy him a drink, but didn't recognize the euros in the dark, so he ended up paying. We've been together 2 years. That's a nice, quirky thing. And being early sounds just like me, because I hate being late. I love time management way too much. Holly Ann Brooks. I'm in something new and wonderful thanks to the Guardian Soulmates app. I don't know what that is, never heard of it. We connected over Christmas, so couldn't meet, but spent hours on the phone and texting. We had our first date at the start of the year. We've been to Copenhagen, and I am totally smitten. Okay, that's pretty new. That's pretty new, but it's I guess successful is successful. Tim Robinson. My girlfriend was my fourth Tinder date. God, these are short. She initially canceled because she had food poisoning, and when it came to finally meeting, I was nervous. I had a whole bag of Percy pics beforehand. I told her I liked her that evening, and she moved to my house 6 months ago. Well, here's the thing. Going fast is a very weary thing when you tell people, because you should spend more time longer with them. However, there are very rare cases where going fast actually ends up with a whole lot of goodness and bless and everything. So I can't be too judgmental anymore with people who end up going fast together. I had a quite few dating app disasters, but I'm a pretty positive person, so I knew there were good men on there too. Yeah, there is. There is. There is. The first time I saw my now partner on the Inner Circle app, I thought I recognized him. It was really weird. He has children and lives about an hour away, but my gut told me to look at his profile. He said hello first and asked for my number after 2 days of exchanging messages. We spoke on the phone on Thursday and met on the Saturday. It was pretty quick, but I lost interest if a guy took a few days to respond. The distance and the fact that he has kids means this relationship is different than any I've had. But we've made an effort and put each other first. I really do believe in the law of attraction and being positive about love, and I think you've got to love and accept who you are before the right person comes along. I will tell anyone looking for love to never give up, believe in your worth, and know that you deserve to find someone amazing. Okay, yes, I love this story. I do believe in law of attraction as well. You do have to love yourself before you get on to love somebody else. It takes a long while and it takes a lot of strength to get to that point, but if you really, really want to get there and you really believe in it, then yeah, you will succeed in it. Inner Circle, I've heard of it. I think it's for like more professional type people, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm really happy that she met the person she was destined to be with. And so yeah, so there's that. A lot of people are probably, yeah, this is gonna be a new thing. Just warning, guys. Talking about destiny and fate from time to time. And I know some people might not be as spiritual, or I'm trying to become more spiritual, and they might not really get get that, but that's what I'm trying to get that. But anyways, that was 9 successful dating app stories. Obviously, there's a lot of times where it is not successful, but I mean, these give a little bit of hope, and like she said, law of attraction, and that's how it works. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope all you beautiful, unique, weird people have a fantastic day. So peace out.